Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Selenium interview questions, that is, explain git commit command. Let me answer this question with practical demonstration. In git, there are several commands. Okay, so to initialize the repository, local repository, we have git init command. Okay, then to add the changes done to the local repository to the staging level, okay, to the staging area. Then we have another command known as git add command. Similarly, we have one more command in git known as git commit command. So what is the use or purpose of using this git commit command? Why we have to run this command? Let me explain now. Using this git commit command, okay, we can record the changes that are done to the code in the local repository. You see, the code in the local repository will keep on changing. For every change in the code, we have to take a snapshot. Okay, we have to save the snapshot so that you see multiple people will be working on the same project, and in their local machine they keep on modifying the code or do the changes to the code. Whenever they do the changes to the code, okay, before they upload this changed code to the GitHub Cloud repo, they have to first, okay, create a version of the code. Okay, their committed version of the code, committed code version they have to create. That is possible with the help of git commit command. It is used to record the changes that are done to the code in the local repository. That means, simple terms, we are simply taking the snapshot, current state, okay, of the changes that are done to the code in the local repository. We are taking a snapshot and storing it in the version history of the project. Like that, many people who will be working in the same project will keep on modifying the code, and for every modification, they will take a snapshot. Okay, so that version history of the project, the way it is evolving over a period of time, okay, by doing all these changes, for every change there's a version history, version kind of thing. For every small change they have done to the project and uploading the code, before uploading the code to the GitHub Cloud repo, that version history is only maintained because of this git commit command. Okay, so how to run this command, or how to practically run this command? We have to use a command like this: git commit. This is a command followed by -m. Okay, here in double quotes after -m, you have to mention the message, what change you have done to the code. That high level message you have to write here, so that whenever this snapshot of the code changes of the code in local repository is taken, okay, so beside that some message will be there in this particular version, okay, saved version or saved snapshot of the code, these changes were done. Okay, that message is here. Now let me practically demonstrate. So first thing is that after initializing the git repository, we have to add the changes done to the local repository to the staging area. Once the changes are added to the staging area, then we have to do commit. Okay, if you are confirmed with the changes that are added to the staging area, if you are ready to upload the code to the GitHub Cloud repo, before uploading, as a final step, you have to, okay, before that final step of uploading the code to the GitHub Cloud repo, first we have to commit. Okay, after adding the code to the staging area and before the code gets uploaded to the GitHub Cloud repo, in middle we have to commit. Okay, we have to take the snapshot of the changes that are done to the code in our local repo. Fine. To record the changes to the code in the local repo, we have to use this command known as git commit, because of which only the version history of the project code is possible. Okay, the changes that are done for creating the code of the project is possible only because of this git commit command. Okay, so this is the command, guys, git commit -m and message here. Okay, let me practically demonstrate this for you so that you will understand it in a better way. For that, I'll open this folder, and I'll take you to one local repository in my machine, or I'll freshly create a local repository if required. So here, I'll take you to the local repository, lrepos. Okay, already there is a repository. I don't have to create freshly. So this repository is being dumped from GitHub Cloud repo. Okay, now let's right click here. This repository is already initialized. So you got the .git command means already initialized. Now let me see what is the status of this code. I'll say simply open git bash here. You will get that command, right click option command, only if you have installed Git software in your machine. If you're not installed Git software in your machine, you will not get this command prompt or the option to open this command prompt, that is open Git bash here when you right click. Okay, the Git software is not installed in your machine. You have to open the browser, type git space download, and in the search results you'll get some links. You have to click on the first link, or appropriate link otherwise, and go to the appropriate page and download the git.exe file. Then double click on the git.exe file and install it. Okay, after installing, if you right click here in the local repository and anywhere in the machine and select this option, open git bash here, this option will come because you have installed git. And once this git bash command prompt opens at this location, then you have to type git status. Already it is initialized. So any changes are there? Yes, some changes are done to the login test.java in this. Okay, when compared to the GitHub Cloud repo, some changes exist in the local repository. These changes are not there in the GitHub Cloud repo. Okay, these changes are only there in the local repo, and it's saying you have to add these changes first to the staging area. Okay, you have to first stage these changes. How to add? As explained as an answer in the previous questions, you have to write git add. You can either give this entire path or you can simply say dot. That is also fine. Okay, dot means all the changes. If you only specify this one, only this file will be added to the staging area. These changes in this particular file will be added to the staging area. Anyhow, only this file is there. So whether you say dot or whether you give the path of the file, both will do the same in this case. Okay. After adding the changes to the staging area, then you have to say its status. Then you see the red color thing got changed into the green color. That means the changes were added to the staging area. So since the changes are added to the staging area, now you can commit the code. Okay. If not, you cannot commit the code. Okay. If the changes are there in your local repository, but they are not added to the staging area, then you cannot commit. Okay. So the prerequisite for committing is adding the changes to the staging area first. Then you type the command git commit. How to run the command? How to use the command? Git commit -m. Give the message of the change. -m. What is the change about? I have added some comments, guys. Okay, so you see here the change I have done here is in this src test java. Just go here in one of the file. Anywhere you can do the changes. Okay, as part of the previous session, I have done this. Anyhow, I'll show again. I have added this comment here. Okay, this comment was not part of this Java file, but just to change something for dummy purpose, for demo purpose, I added a comment here in the first line that was treated as a change. Okay, now here what I'm doing, I added the change to the staging area. Now I have to commit. Okay, added comment. Okay, added comment to which file? Login. Whatever the information you want to give, you can give, guys. Okay, it's not compulsory that you have to mention like this only. In your way, the better way you can. Okay, whatever the better way you feel, right? That message you can write that in your own words and provide that in the command git commit -m, added comment to the login test, and press enter. That's it. You see, git commit -, added comment to the login test.java. Okay, one file change, one insertion. Now after committing, now you are eligible for, if you are fine with the changes and all, since you committed means pakka kind of thing. Okay, so for example, if you have seen some programs like Kaun Banega Crorepati and all those stuff, right? They'll be asking some questions and you will give some answer for the question, and they will be asking, are you sure? Are you sure your answer is right for this question? Do I log this question with your answer? Like confirmation they are asking. Same thing, committing is also like confirmation. After staging the changes, then you have to commit before uploading. Okay, so you have to confirm the changes with the help of committing. By committing, what's the use? By committing, we are taking a snapshot of the changes we have done to the local repository. Okay, code in the local repository, so that version, okay, that version of the snapshot version can be maintained in the version history. Okay, like that, multiple snapshots we can take using the git commit. Whenever we change the code, we can keep on doing multiple commits. Okay, so fine, we have committed it. Now if I upload the code to the GitHub Cloud repo, then these changes will go to the GitHub Cloud repo. Okay, these changes will go onto the GitHub Cloud repo, remote cloud repo. But I'm not doing that. I'm not showing that because I'll answer that in the upcoming interview questions. But for now, I have to answer how to I have to explain the git commit command. That's the main point of answering this question. So I don't want to deviate and explain all the other stuff, okay, other than the git commit. So hope you got the answer for this question with practical demonstration in this session. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.